Let's go. All right. Hello. My name's Christian. What's your name?
Gracie.
Okay. Hello, Gracie.
No, we need to restart this.
That's okay. We'll just keep it going.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You could have been Gracie.
I'll just say Megan. It would make me laugh the whole time if you called me Gracie, and she would probably look at you, which would be really. That was my invention, but like, it would be funny. But we're not gonna
All
do
right.
that.
All right. All right. All right. Welcome. My name's Christian, and you are
Megan.
Megan. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Just real quick, how are you feeling today? Just okay. All right. Well, we'll talk a little more about that later. But first off, I was hoping to kind of clarify what all today's session is going to consist of. First off, I need to let you know about confidentiality because that's a really big thing. I want you to know that anything you say within our sessions is just going to be between me and you, with a few exceptions. If anything you say gives indication to risk of suicide, homicide, or any other physical harm, and if there's any information about abuse or neglect regarding a child, elderly, or person with a disability. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay. All right. So going forward, I'd also like to set some ground rules for these sessions. Ones that I'll hold you to, just like you'll hold me to. A couple that I like to really hammer home are not having the phones out. I think we can both respect each other's time enough to where I'm not on my phone while you're talking, you're not on your phone while we're trying to get stuff done here, and also trying to keep everything civilized. You know, I'm here for you, and just to help you out. And when things get super escalated, it doesn't. It's not that productive anymore. So yeah, with those rules in mind, is there anything you'd like to set as a ground rule for these sessions?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So that's good. And as our sessions go on, if you have any ideas about something, then you can totally bring them up, and we'll talk about them. Other than that, what questions do you have for me?
No.
Okay. No, that's fine. Again, if you come up with any questions for me throughout our session, ask away.
Is it cool if my cat sits here?
It's very cool if your cat sits here.
Okay.
Yeah, cats can be very comforting. They can be very stress relieving, and that's a good thing. So, so first off, where would you like to start? What brings you to therapy today?
I'm just really pissed off.
Okay. Explain to me a little bit more about what you're pissed off about.
Well, I hate my job.
Okay. All right. Where do you work?
The hospital.
Okay, the hospital. What's your position?
I'm a doctor.
Okay. All right. So you're a doctor at a hospital. What type of doctor?
I work in cardiology.
Very cool. Very interesting. Um, what about it is kind of getting you down?
Just too hard, too confusing, and working too many hours and seeing too many people.
Okay. So, so
My
it's,
coworkers are dumbasses.
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Some strong feelings.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, can you tell me about, I don't know, a specific situation that really made you feel that way?
When they're my scheduling people are booking me with 3 patients at once.
Okay. Yeah, I can. That can definitely be frustrating for sure. I would imagine. How often does that happen?
Probably more than it should. A couple times a week,
Yeah.
or a couple times a day.
Oh, okay. So it gets pretty busy, pretty hectic.
Yeah. And then I'm late to my other cases, and then they just keep booking me, and then I have to stay there way longer than I should,
Yeah.
and don't have time to do what I need to do between patients,
Okay.
like my charting and shit.
Like your what?
Charting,
Charting. What's charting?
filling out their medical record.
Oh, okay. Okay. Important stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So when that happens, I guess, how does that impact um, you personally on a like emotional level?
Well, it stretches me too thin, and I can't work as well because I'm overwhelmed.
Okay. All right. So I'm hearing you say that at your job it's super chaotic, a lot of stuff going on. Who specifically is like somebody in charge of setting those schedules for you,
Just
or
my secretary office people,
okay,
or the nurses,
okay,
whoever can get in my schedule and add people.
okay. Um, so that's very frustrating for you. What? Well, you've already kind of answered what about it is frustrating to you. Um, is well, just kind of changing pace, changing directions a little bit. What about cardiology drew you to that in the first place?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Um,
Make a lot of money.
make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you decide cardiology was the direction I'm going to take it? Did you always know?
No, I just kind of ended up in it.
Okay. So it's just kind of the path that you took once you got into med school.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about that whole time when you're in med school and you're trying to figure out where you're going to go, like what direction to take? What kind of influenced that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you do? What do you do outside of the hospital when you're not working?
Mostly hang out with my cat.
Okay. So your cat's a source of comfort for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And do you get that very often?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you said with your work schedule, like it when
Oh,
you're
no.
there, it's really hectic. I don't. Is it a super long day to where you're not able to spend much time with your cat?
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean, gonna sound cliche, but how does that make you feel?
It sucks pretty bad.
Yeah, because you'd like to spend more time with your cat.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay. Well, that's good that you've identified your cat as a source of comfort, a support for you. Um, that's true of a lot of people. They find the same thing in their pets. It's very common and it's effective. Um, would you say that when you're with your cat, I don't know, when you're with your cat and you're just hanging out, how does that feel in contrast to when you're at work?
Mm, it's better.
It's better. Uh, Elaborate a little deeper what better looks like.
Mm, I can sit on my couch in my pajamas and pet my cat,
Okay.
relax,
Okay. So not having a bunch of stuff just thrown at you.
not to think about shit.
That's good. Okay. Um, okay. So how long have you been in cardiology?
Mm, not that long.
Okay. Like a few years, a few months.
Yeah, like a few months.
Okay. Um, I would imagine. Um, I personally don't know how that whole process goes, but are you past the point of no return, or
Yeah, pretty much.
okay? And so now that you're locked into something that you've kind of decided you don't really like, except for the money, um, how's that making you feel?
It sucks.
Uh, have you do you ever think about um, changing your line of work, or
Yeah, sometimes I think about how I should just like get a bunch of cats and go live somewhere like on a cat farm.
okay, all right, all right. Um, and when you say cat farm, I don't really know anything about cat farms. Is that a serious thing, or are you
Yeah, I'm really serious.
okay? Okay. Um,
It's
so
where you have a farm with cats.
it's where you have a farm with cats. Okay. So oh my gosh. Okay. So uh, you're not into the whole cardiology thing anymore. Were you ever? I mean, it seems like it would be a pretty big decision to pick your track um, with med school. Besides the money, what went into that decision?
You know, man, you're asking me too many questions.
Okay,
I just don't want to talk about it.
okay, okay. We don't have to talk about that then. Is there anything else? Um, what else would you like to talk about?
I don't know.
Okay. Um, so I, briefly asked you about what you do outside of work. Um, I'll go a little bit further. Uh, what's your family life like?
It's pretty much just me.
Okay. So no contact with parents. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, they live in Ohio,
Okay.
and I have a shitty boyfriend.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. We'll get to the boyfriend part in a bit. Um, I'd like to keep going on the family piece though. Um, how often do you get to see your family that lives in Ohio?
Every couple months.
Okay. Is that more, less than you'd like to see them?
Probably more than
Okay.
I'd like to see them.
All right. So, um, I guess what kind of relationship do you have with your family, with your siblings?
They're fine.
Okay. So it sounds like you tolerate them.
Yeah, they're okay.
So your perception, what would they want? Would they want more time with you, or would they want less time with you? Or do you have just, I don't know, no idea?
I don't know.
Okay, no, that's fine. Um, okay, well, okay, so we can talk about your boyfriend. Um, okay, so do you not want to talk about your boyfriend, or was that in
Mm,
response to the boyfriend specifically?
no, I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay,
Kind of just want to go home.
okay. Well, um, looks like we have a little bit more time left. Maybe what we could do, if you're still here, we can talk about what we'd like to get accomplished throughout the rest of your time in treatment with us. Um, so, what's your goal uh, with therapy here? Like, what do you hope to achieve?
I don't know.
Okay, but it sounds like you came here specifically because of stress involving work.
Yeah, I like yelled at some people at work, so they told me I had to come here.
Okay, so this is required.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, so tell me a little bit about that situation where you yelled at.
Mm, well, I got pissed off and I just threw some shit at one of my nurses.
Okay. Um, what specifically did you get pissed off at?
She's being a dumb bitch.
She's being a dumb bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Um, what set you off?
I don't know. She's just messing my shit up with my OR, not setting my shit up right. So I just took one of the tools and threw it at her.
Okay. Because that's important to have set up to your liking, or else I'm assuming there's some you know that would not be good for the patient, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I can see where that would be very frustrating if a nurse isn't getting it right. So when you threw the stuff at the nurse, um, what happened after that?
Um, Finished my surgery and then they called the administration on me. And I got in trouble.
Okay,
Told me I had to go to therapy or I was going to get fired.
gotcha. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you don't want to be here.
No.
Okay. But since you're required to be here, you are here. And the way I try to look at things is a more optimistic way. Um, if you're here and you have to be here, why not get something done and accomplished instead of um, allowing me to waste your time? Right?
I guess.
Okay. So, with that being said, um, is there something related to you being required to be here that you would like to get accomplished during our sessions?
I probably need to learn how to not be so angry.
Okay. All right. That's a good start. I'm on board with that. We can definitely work with that. Um, and when you say learn to not be so angry, um, you mean, yeah, I guess explain to me what you mean by that.
Well, I want to so angry, as in when I get angry, I need to not get angry.
Okay.
It's pretty simple, I think.
Okay. All right. All right. Um, as so you mean with like expressing your anger? You don't
Mhm.
want to have it come out that way.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. That's definitely something we can work on. Um, is there is there anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Well, um, I believe we can kind of end with that. Um, we've covered a few really good things, um, in depth on some, not so in depth on others. Maybe we can touch on that in future sessions. Um, but I think we're off to a really good start, and I think uh, it's really good of you to uh, kind of realize might as well get something done while I'm here instead of just wasting my time. Um, so that's awesome. Um, and yeah, I look forward to our time together.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.